Hello, 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 and welcome back to the channel, man. Hey, it's been a while since we've done Pokemon Hot Takes. This is like the third episode of the Hot Take series. The second episode was wrestling. So, we back. One thing I'm good at is making hot takes. Hot takes that are good, hot takes that I actually believe. So sit back, relax, and prepare to agree with me or get mad at me. I don't know. I don't know how you're gonna feel about these, but we'll see. Alright, let's go. Okay. First hot take for the video. Generation 10, the next mainline Pokemon games, or whatever they may be called. The decks for those next games should be completely original Pokemon from front to back, the same way that Gen 5 did it. Yep. I'm one of those people who thought that was a good idea. Yeah, dude, like I think that that's a good idea. And it's sad that they never did it again because people kind of complain about it, but I'm of the belief that a lot of people complain about stuff because they just don't like new things. I think that's genuinely what it is. So a lot of people are nostalgia merchants. A lot of them, they're just like, they're used to something. So because they're used to something, they can't even like pretend to like something that's new, especially if it seems like it's replacing the thing that they like. I think that's what happened with Gen 5. But I'm here to say, screw all that. I don't care. Do it again. It was a good idea. I think Gen 10 should do that. Like, completely new Pokedex from front to back. I don't know how many Pokemon will be in there. Like, I don't know, do like 150 to 200, I guess. I don't know. Make a good size dex of like completely new Pokemon front to back. No originals like at whatsoever. Then the post game you can add them. But like, nah, like the main game, the deck should just be all new Pokemon, bruh. I'm being so serious. It would be perfect for Gen 10 too. Like, I think that's great. Plus, it'll make people mad. So, that's always a bonus. But yeah, Generation 10, the deck should be 100% original. Front to back. All new Pokemon. None of the old Pokemon. At all. All new. Yeah. Alright. This hot take right here, I feel strongly about this one. Genuinely. Because, bro, it's like y'all don't even pay attention to your own series. It's like y'all don't pay attention to Pokemon at all. Luxray does not need to be a dark type, bro. Why do y'all think Luxray needs to be a dark type? Stop right there. I know why. It's because it's black. That's generally the only reason. Because it's black and it's a predator. That's the reason. That's why you think it should be dark type. I'm here to tell you that's a stupid reason. That's not what dark type is. Dark type is the evil type, the ruthless type. Sometimes it is quite literally the darkness type. Like, no. Dark, like Luxray does not need to be dark type. Nothing about his Pokédex entries say that it's dark type. Not a single one. Not a single one talks about how ruthless it is when it's hunting its prey, or how it low-key has evil intentions, or anything like that. Like, the dude is just, he's just an electric lynx that can see through walls. That's what they talk about. They talk about how Luxray can see through walls. That's what it's known as. You know what makes more sense for Luxray than dark type? Fairy type. I'm not even kidding. That's genuinely makes more sense than dark type. Either fairy or psychic. Because that's what they talk about Luxray with the most. It's the fact that it can see through walls. Like, I promise, y'all only want him to be dark type just because it's black. Y'all gotta. Do y'all read? Like, come on, bro. Y'all do better, man. Y'all gotta do better, man. Yeah. Luxray does not need to be dark type. Y'all gotta stop saying that just because it's black is low-key racist. Okay, that's... I jumped the shark. Okay. This hot take is pretty basic, but I think that Dunsparce is a terrible evolution. I think it's wasted potential. But it's not for the reason why most of you may be thinking. Listen up. I know what the Dunsparce is. It's a play on how everyone thought Dunsparce is gonna turn into this big old powerful dragon or whatever, and then nope, it's just a dumb snake. Like, subverting expectations. Great. That's fine. But did you have to make the design trash though? Like, that's the part where I'm just like, okay. Like, what are we doing here? Like, if you're gonna... Subverting expectations, I'm fine with. I'm fine with making a bigger, dumber Dunsparce. I'm fine with that. But could you make it look like an evolution? It literally just looks like Dunsparce, but with like an extra segment or two. That's not an evolution. That's a regional form. Like, what? Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's just trash. That's just garbage. I mean, look, if you're gonna do the whole make it long thing, at least do like the Alolan Executor thing, where it's like really long. I would have been happy with that. You could have made it like really fat. I don't know, like you could have made it even more derpy than what it already is somehow. I don't know, but like what y'all did was trash. And you know what? It would have been really funny. It would have been the funniest Pokemon of all time. Is if it just looked like Dunsparce. It looked like the Dunsparce like it looks right now. But they made it like stupidly, insanely overpowered. Like, I'm talking Palafin levels of crazy, right? If they would have did that and made it look like that, okay, that's funny. That's the funniest Pokemon of all time. I give them props. But they didn't even do that. The Dunsparce is mid. The Dunsparce is a mid Pokemon competitively. It might even be just straight up trash. So, I mean, I don't know. It's wasted potential on both ends, because, like, fans like the Dunsparce or Dunsparce because like Ash 101 in the anime and it's kind of rare in the games or whatever, and they were like, oh, I understand it's a dumb snake, but wouldn't it be cool if you subverted expectations and make it something not dumb? And then other people would be like, everyone wants it to be this dragon, but it's just a dumb snake. They should just make something stupid. Y'all could have just made it in the middle. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all could have made a stupid looking dragon that was kind of cool, but also stupid. Could have did that. Or you could have just made Dunsparce more derpy or something. Like, I don't know. Like, that, I feel like it was wasted potential on both ends. Because either way you could have went, you could have did better than what you did. And I'm perfectly fine with the derpy route. My favorite Pokemon in this whole game, it might be Clodsire. I freaking love Clodsire. It's just, he's my little fudge round boy. I don't know, I love him. He's great. So they would have did something like that for the Dunsparce. I would have loved the Dunsparce too. But they didn't even do that. They just made him Dunsparce but longer. Like, I mean, bro, if you're gonna do the bit, at least commit to the bit. You should have went full Executor on him and stretched him out. Pause. Whoa. Okay. This one's gonna be long-winded, but here we go. If Pokemon Company barged into Game Freak's office right now and said, hey, we need a new type or all y'all are getting fired, we need it in 5 minutes. The type that Game Freak would make is sound type. Sound type make sense in Pokemon. To some of you, it's probably not a hot take, but I've been seeing for the past few years, so many people have been like crapping on the idea of sound type, and I don't get it. Sound type is the one that makes the most sense to be added. I mean, it's basically already its own subtype. Like it has sound-based Pokemon, sound-based moves, sound-based abilities, sound-based items. Like the sound is already a subtype in Pokemon. Is right under the normal type. Everything that has to deal with sound goes to the normal type because it doesn't fit in any other type. Sound is unique enough to be its own type. I don't know why people are so pressed at the idea of a sound type. Like some of the complaints I've heard are like, oh, like it just doesn't make any sense. Like just because there are sound type moves and stuff, like what are you gonna do with Pokemon like Toxtricity? Well, I'm gonna explain it to you real quick, and I mean this 100%. Pokemon could literally make anything a type if they wanted to. That's number one. Pokemon can make sharpness a type. I'm not even playing. There are sharp Pokemon, sharp moves, sharp abilities now, and sharp items. If they wanted to, they can make sharp a Pokemon type. That's stupid. They would never do that. But if they wanted to, they could. It's the same thing with sound. They could implement sound very easily, and it would be so much easier than any other type because it's basically already a type in the game. The only thing it doesn't do is affect other things on the type chart. And as for the Toxtricity thing, dude, it would still be Poison Electric. All you would have to do is change its ability from boosting sound type moves to just giving it sound type stab. Like Delmize. Like it's just that simple. And as for its signature move, honestly, its signature move can stay the same because there's Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, and Ice Punch. Nobody's crying for those moves to be fighting type moves. Exactly. Like I promise you it'll be okay. And if you think it's that bad, just make it dual type. Like we need more of those moves anyway. I just see no reason for there not to be one. Now, the only excuse that I hear that's actually valid is balancing. Because in Generation 2, when Dark and Steel were added, they were added to nerf the dog crap out of Psychic types. That's what they were added for. In Generation 6, Fairy type was added to nerf Dragon types, or just to keep Dragon types in check. Sound type would have to come in if one type was just running rampant and they needed something to slow it down, which is not the case right now. The meta is mostly balanced for the most part. So that's the only argument I can hear, that hey, they just not gonna add another type, which is fair. I don't think they're gonna add another type either, but I just don't like the idea that people just scoff at the ice type. The sound type, and just think it's just a terrible idea when it makes the most sense for it to be a type out of any other type. Like, let's just be real. Light type isn't gonna be a type. Light type is basically just pseudo fairy type. And before that, it was pseudo electric type. Light type is never gonna be a type. And I mean, like, then there's stuff like magic type. Well, that falls under fairy and psychic. Cosmic type under psychic. Like, it wouldn't happen. I'm sorry. The only one that really makes sense is sound type. But some people just want to be different. I feel like most people already know that sound type would be fine in the games. And like I said, the only gripe I can hear with sound type is how it would fit in the type chart and how it would mesh with other types. Which maybe, I don't know, maybe one day that could be a video of mine. But we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I'm the type of dude that I'm a gambler. I just say screw it and put it in there and see what happens. I don't know, that's just me. But hey, you know, that's it. Sound type is a perfectly fine type that could be added to Pokemon. It is not overly complicated. It's not something that you have to have like a think piece on why sound type is just such a terrible idea. it's okay to admit the sound type could be a type. I promise you, it'll be fine. Well, that's it. That's the end of this video. That's all the hot takes I got. Hopefully I'll get more out soon. I probably won't, but you know, that's just how it is around here. Go ahead and like and subscribe. I'll cash up you $5 if you do both. Yeah.